Mihir, more than 1,000 organizations are using your technology, including Google, General Motors, and MasterCard. How are they using your tech?
It's being used across, as you said, vertically, virtually every industry. They are taking various kinds of manual business processes that couldn't be automated with traditional technology, and they are using our platform, bots, to automate all those business processes.
So are your customers actually replacing any of their workforce as a result of using automation anywhere?
I think the way to think about this is that this is not a replacement story, it is an augmentation story. So where human and bots are working side by side, doing what bots do best and what people do best. Almost think of it like a computer. For all of us, when computers were first introduced, we had the same worries. But today, if I take away your computer, most people would say, how do you expect me to get my job done? That's the same story we are hearing again from our customers, where employees, if they start using bots, they cannot go back to doing it the old-fashioned way.
So right now, it's a beautiful picture of bots and humans working lovely side by side.
Yes.
But at one point, will humans be stripped out of the picture and these automated platforms can just run on their own?
Not at all. There are lots of, I think there are fears a little overblown on this, and there are lots of stories written on this subject. But I might have something that is slightly better, which is data. So because we are in the middle of 1,100 this large-scale projects, and what you see is exactly opposite. Companies that use bots receive 3 times more job applicants. And because you want to work on the most cutting-edge stuff, you want to take the robot out of your work and make work more human, and employees love that. On Fridays, they have bot parties where there are 40 or 50 new bots are being born. They cut a cake, they have names for it. It's an electrifying atmosphere. So the reality couldn't have been farther from the fears.
I don't think I've heard an analogy of bots being used in that way before. So now you have countries like Japan that are relying on automation more and more as their workforce ages. Are you seeing the United States moving in that direction?
Absolutely. Along with the United States, this is happening across the entire country. We have customers in over 90 countries. What is happening is, for most of us, we may not realize, but overall our planet is aging and the working age population is on a sharp decline. So without the bots, there is no way to keep the growth rate going. So very soon we will be using bots in every aspect of our life.
And now you're operating in more than 90 countries. What is your operation like in India? That's a country that's a huge outsourcing hub for many of the big tech companies.
It's being widely adopted there. There are lots of processes that are happening in India, Philippines, and other parts of the world. Organizations there are very actively adopting usage of the bot to accelerate the business processing.
Now, bots can be good. Like your company, they can also be bad. And a lot of the social media platforms have been dealing with these very sophisticated bots that are iterating faster to spread spam and manipulation faster than they can deal with it. So how do companies like that make sure they're staying ahead?
What we are seeing is that, and you pointed out very well, there are good guys bots and there are bad guys bots. So we are the good guys bots. You hear about the bad guys bot. Just if you go back to when the software came in, we had the problem of viruses. How did we deal with it? We wrote another program to stop all the viruses. Similarly, when the bad guys bots attack the infrastructure, many customers are using our bots now to counter it, and that's the way to solve it.
Are you working with any of the big social media platforms like Google, Facebook, Twitter?
We are today working with many banking, financial services, and insurance company. This problem, although we hear more about social media platforms, this problem is faced by virtually every company today. So it's being used heavily in other industries today. Now,
Goldman is one of your lead backers. Are they a customer? Why did they invest in you?
They are our customers. I think being a customer, they probably saw the impact this can bring to them and other banking and financial services insurance company, not to mention they have an exposure to a much wider range of verticals. So they could clearly see that this is the technology of the future that everybody will adopt.
And your company is actually more than a decade old, and you were valued at almost $2 billion in this recent fundraising round. Is an IPO on the near horizon?
You never know. You always we like to focus on building a great company and then take it year at a time.